What's up guys, hope you're doing well. If you've not seen my channel before, I'm Kendall and I'm a magician from the UK, and today I wanted to do something a little different to most of my other videos and talk about negativity and positivity, specifically within the magic community. Depending on how much time you spend online and where you spend it, you may, as I have, noticed that the magic community can be pretty damn negative, particularly on forums and YouTube and things like that. So I want to illustrate my problem of negativity with two things that happened this week. The first of which was on Reddit, the online forum thing, which I've only just started using, but seems to be a really good place to share magic videos. Not only are you sharing them with other magicians in the magic subreddit, like you would if you shared them on any magic forum, but other people also are probably more likely to access it than, let's say, the Magic Cafe or something. So you're getting a bit of a wider audience. So I think that's pretty cool. I recently shared my first magic video on there and became the subject of the negativity I am talking about and that has annoyed me so much for so long, which is probably what spurred me into finally saying something about this. I want to look at the actual comments on the video because they kind of sum up perfectly what I'm going to say in the conclusion of this video about using positivity and negativity. The range of comments also illustrates what I want to make clear, that I'm not against criticism if it's done in a constructive manner, in a way to build and help people. Let's face it, the magic community is a relatively small community. Whilst it might seem large online when you go to forums and there's absolutely heaps of people on there, how often when you're performing at a gig do you perform to somebody who is an actual proper magician? It's pretty rare. So why is it that magicians have this habit of trying to shoot down other magicians in the community? Surely, given it's such a niche hobby, job, lifestyle, whatever you class it as to you, surely we should be trying to build each other up, improve not only yours and that person's experience of magic, but the community as a whole, and then we can all excel further together. People seem to be obsessed with driving their style of magic and their way of performing onto other people, rather than accepting they've got a slightly different style that's just as good, although it may not suit them. Anyway, let's dive into the comments on my Reddit video to really illustrate my point on the differing opinions, the negativity which annoys me, and the constructive criticism which I think can really help build magic. I'm not going to name any of the people who commented on the videos because that kind of goes into my next point, which I'm going to go into after this video, and involves some stuff Chris Ramsey's done recently. I don't want to jump ahead of myself though, we'll get there in due course. So the video I post on Reddit is on this YouTube channel. I'll link it in the description below and at the end of this video if you've not seen it, but it's a trick I created where my socks change. The first comment I received simply read, "Cool effect, but it felt like the setup was a little long since I felt like I knew what the punchline was going to be." Fair comment, fairly constructive, said he liked the effect but not the setup. That's a constructive criticism. That's the sort of thing we need in the magic community. I do however disagree and think that if you don't have an attention span of 40-50 seconds, God help you, would you rather I put a video up of literally a 3-second video of socks changing? I certainly wouldn't. That's not what magic about. Magic needs concept, it needs story, it needs patter. You might not like the patter, that's fair enough. Let me know that, but do you really expect me just to get rid of everything? Of course you know what the punchline's going to be because I titled the video telling you what it was going to be. It said, "Magician changes socks without touching them." That's because I don't fully agree with this whole clickbait thing that other people on the internet do. I could have stuck to him with some really catchy thing like, "Magician chases dog and then falls downstairs," and then you could click on my socks change. Would that have made you happy? The ending would have been different. It would have been a surprise. I'm not getting at you. What I'm just trying to say is that the criticism you've gave is very particular to a style of magic. And saying that you felt like it was too long, whilst fair enough in certain circumstances, it's 40 seconds, 50 seconds. Too long, really? Personal preference maybe? But you did it constructively, so I praise you for that. Next up we've got, nearly named in them, as I said, I'm not naming people. We've got Nice and Original. The intro story feels a bit contrived and unfortunately that makes for very little of the magic moment, especially for an ultimately simple mundane thing as stepping in and out of shoes. Fair enough, he's going along the same lines as the other guy who commented about the story. Yes, it's contrived, isn't all patter contrived, because I can't give like some honest story about my socks changing magically. I really don't agree with that sort of thing actually, because most of my spectators know that magic isn't real, so I don't try and give them patter to suggest that it is. Personally, again, you did it constructively though, so I'm not going to get at you. He went on to say, "Unfortunately, this is a YouTube trick at the moment, since you'll have a hard time starting this trick with your shoes on." How do you know that? You don't know the method. You're right, it is a YouTube trick because I've only ever performed it on YouTube. You're right, the method I'm using at the moment is only a YouTube trick, but it's very, very close and easily changeable to be able to perform it to lay people at a moment's notice, I believe. I've not bothered to do it because I'm a card magician really, and also it's not practical for me at weddings and the actual paid gigs that I perform at to be like unlacing dress shoes and like sliding them on and off like that. It'd be too difficult. So I've not taken the time and effort to try and transform it, but I think I could. I'm in two minds at the moment actually, whether I share the method I have at the moment and let other guys more creative than me tailor it to an everyday performance, or whether I should take the time to do that myself. But I certainly think it is possible to do that. And also it seems to suggest just being a YouTube trick is a bad thing. I don't personally think it is. He goes on to say potentially a nice trick if A, you get it so you can start with your shoes on, take them off and then start the trick. As I say, quite possible I think, even with a very similar method to what I'm using at the moment. B, do a single and a double change. I don't personally think that would make things much better. I think the one sudden change is as good as anything, but again, this is what I mean about each to their own, and it's a criticism almost made for the sake of criticising, albeit done in a constructive way again, and I'm not being too blunt and harsh with you because you've done it in a sensible way, and I do appreciate that. It's how we build and grow as magicians. As I say, if I was looking to develop this effect, things like that might help me do it. It's not personally something that I'm going to take on board because, as I say, not something I want to do, but you did it in a constructive way, great. I would not give up on this one, try to make it work more naturally. The idea is beautiful and simple. Bang, this guy knows how to criticise. He's not done it in a way to put down, he's done it in a way to build up. So next time you're commenting on a YouTube video, a Facebook comment, damn, in real life, take this guy's approach. Feel free to criticise, point out the negatives, even give your opinion, but appreciate the fact that everybody has different opinions, styles and approaches, and your style and approach might not suit this person's. So present it more as opinion to assist and build up rather than to be negative, criticise and break down. And finally, the guy who really, I say guy, it could have been a girl, I say guy because the magic community is predominantly guys, unfortunately, which is probably why I've got so much of his negativity. But he simply says, in 3 simple lines, kind of ruins the effect that you can see the tag in the shoe after taking them off, but not at the start, so you know the socks are lined in the shoe. Well, firstly, Mr. You've got the method wrong. That's not how the effect works, but nice try. So I did comment back saying, well, that's not the method, but nice try. Winky face, thumbs up. Secondly, you can see the tag before and after. Look. Here's the tag before my foot goes in. Fast forward a little.
My socks.
Here's the tag after my foot comes out. So not only is the bit you've pointed out wrong, but the method you've given it is wrong too. So just to round it all off, you've presented it in a non-constructive way just to be abusive and negative, and it's helped no one. It's certainly not helped me. It's not helped any of the viewers to the video. Has it really helped yourself? Unless you get off on bringing people down, it's not helped you either. In response to me saying that's not the method, he came back, he said, of course you would say that, but explain why suddenly there's a tag inside the shoe. I did actually, I just kind of commented in the wrong place. I said, look, at 40 seconds you can see the tag before the foot goes in the shoe. So we dealt with that, but you missed it. Fair enough, my fault for commenting in the wrong place. And then he goes on to say, you can even see on the start where you are showing what you are wearing, a slip on your right foot showing yellow under the blue, showing you just have a fake sock that only consists of a tip. So when you take it off, just the colour tips are removed. Okay, well let's look at that because the colours and the foot you're on about refers to each foot. So let's look at both feet and see if we can see this slip you're talking about.
Only a small one, but I wear old
socks. No slip.
Every day, you'll see that I'm wearing
no slip.
right now.
No slip.
So all I need
Still no slip.
is wearing shoes.
No, I genuinely just can't. Just to round up this part of my video, the point in going through those comments isn't to get anyone, it's just to highlight how we talk to people and communicate with each other and how comments can build up or break down. And I hope that next time you make a comment on someone's video, you'll take that into consideration, how you talk about it and how it's going to be taken in by them. You can say the same thing in 2 very different ways and have different semantics about it and meanings, which will totally change the way that person takes it on board. And really, your words are so powerful, just think how you use them. And one thing I want to quickly cover in this video also, because it happened in the same week, was a video, or should I say 2 videos, which Chris Ramsey put out. Chris Ramsey, if you don't know him, is a huge magician. He's killing YouTube at the moment with over 130,000 subscribers, making enough money just on YouTube to make a living from the AdSense revenue. He's got other jobs as an illusionist. He's obviously a performing magician, a creator. He's amazing. And I'm not making this video to criticise Chris Ramsey. Hell, I wouldn't want to do that. The issue is Chris has done 2 videos recently where he doesn't just criticise other magicians, he just laughs and mocks them, and to me it's kind of just a modern day different way of bullying. Don't get me wrong, these magicians may not follow Chris and may never see that he's made videos about them, but if they do, it'd be so disheartening to me if he did that to one of my videos, and I just think it's really harsh. Again, we have a small community as magicians. Somebody like him with a huge platform and viewership has the opportunity to do so much good, and I just think that using that pedestal and platform to criticise in the way that he is so negative. Like, if he wants to criticise magicians, why not ask people to send him in videos and he can critique them and suggest how they can get better? I know why, because it wouldn't make such good viewing. Chris has recently been on a YouTube Next Up course where they teach you how to make YouTube videos. I know as well as anybody, the best way to get views is controversy. Now, why does anybody want views? To increase their subscribership, yes. To increase their viewers, yes. To increase the likes and the comments. All that comes back to, though, on monetized videos is getting more money. So what we're looking at is somebody criticising other people, laughing at other people, to get other people to laugh at them with him, to ultimately get more money. And what people maybe don't realise is that when they're commenting in the comments for the video saying, Chris, this is harsh, YouTube doesn't look at the content of the comment, it just looks at how many comments are on the video. It pushes that video higher up in the suggestions to other people and more people see it. So I honestly just think it's really unfair. As I say, it's Chris's choice what he does, and the reason I wanted to raise this is because most of Chris's videos are super inspirational, really impressive, really well filmed, edited, the magic's great. Just a day or 2 later, he put up a video which to me, like juxtaposed with his previous video criticising magicians, shows what he could be doing. He basically was outperforming street magic when he bumped into another huge YouTuber just by coincidence, and he taught this guy some magic, and they went out performing magic. And to me, that was really inspiration in terms of showing people what can be done if you get off your ass, go outside, pick up your deck, your coins, whatever you perform with, go and perform to people. You open opportunities up to yourself. So it really just showed what Chris could do and does do in a lot of his videos. I'm not criticising his channel and platform as a whole, and hell, I'll link it in the description below because on the whole it is an awesome channel. I will not link the criticism video though. Somebody able to reach as many people as he is, being as negative and critical as he is in the way he is, only encourages younger people just get into the art maybe, or older people to think that this is the way to act, and it's really not, and it's really unfair, and it just breeds more negativity. I'd love to know what you guys think on this whole topic. Is it just me overreacting? Do you agree? How can we improve this situation? YouTube's great for this type of thing because the comments box below is a place for you to air your opinion. So let me know, we can have some discussion down there on what we can do to improve it, whether it needs improving. As I said earlier in the video, that link up there will take you to my sock change video so you can watch the whole thing. If you've got any criticism, feel free to put that in the comments below on the video, but make it constructive. Up on that side, I'll link to Chris Ramsey's inspirational video where he bumps into King Bat. Clicking that circle down there will subscribe you to my channel so you can see any of my future videos. Clicking on that one down there will subscribe you to Chris Ramsey. Hope you got something positive from this video, guys, and I hope to see you soon. Cheers.